Hello everyone and welcome back again. I'm here for another spooky haul and I have loads more to show you this time. I actually didn't realise I had this much, so we're just going to go straight into it and I'm going to show you all the amazing things that I've bought. These things are again from TK Maxx and Homesense. I was going to add a few more other things that I've now bought from Hobbycraft, Poundland, Pound Stretcher, all that kind of jazz, but it would have been too much, so I will potentially do another video about that, but here we go. This is the first little ghost that I'm going to show you, and he is from TK Maxx, and he is by far one of my favourite finds of this year. He is so adorable. I don't actually have many ghosts. I did buy one last year also from TK Maxx, which also has Boo on it, but it's like 3 big letters, and I think I've seen quite a few other people with that one, so I'm very happy to add this little one to my collection. He's so cute. He's got a little top hat on, and there are 3 little pumpkins at the base, which are equally really cute as well. The only thing, I guess the only downside about this one is that it doesn't light up, but it really doesn't matter because the expression is adorable and the little Boo sign is cute and everything. This one was $12.99 actually, which I thought it was, but then looking at it now, like, wow, that's actually quite a lot. But it's definitely one of my favourite finds from this year. I actually saw it on the bottom of the shelf, like right at the back, so that's a pretty good tip that I've picked up this year, is to just kind of rummage when you're in these places, especially TK Maxx, because it's kind of just random, all the things that they put out, and yeah, you find some goodies at the back. But I just love this one. It's definitely resin, I think, and it's not too heavy at all. It does feel a little bit fragile, but I think I'm just extra cautious now about TK Maxx stuff because I've had some horror stories, which perhaps I'll go into another time. But I absolutely love this one, and I think this is going to be one that I will never ever want to part with. So this next one is also one of my favourites from this year. It's just so adorable and gorgeous. I've only seen 3 of these around this year, and I think I got quite lucky one day when I was at Homesense and they were restocking. But it's basically a little light up haunted house, and I'm actually delighted because I've just put the batteries in now, and as you can see, it lights up different colours and it's just absolutely gorgeous. I don't actually think you can see too well on here, but it does say Happy Halloween on the base. And I think I'd actually really love this one as a nightlight because it's really relaxing. While I was getting ready to film, it was just on in the background and I just found myself a little bit mesmerised by it. So let me show you it in a bit more detail. So hopefully you can see the scale of it here. I'd say it's about 30 centimetres by about 18-20 centimetres, and it's got these gorgeous little spires at the top and they all light up, so all inside the little windows you can see the different lights, which is just so pretty. And you've got this sweet little witch here looking in her spell book, tiny little cauldron as well. I would love to get some kind of little light for that cauldron. I don't know if it's possible. Let me just see. Oh no, it's filled in, I'm afraid. But if that cauldron had been kind of empty, I would have loved to have put maybe a little green LED light in there. And so as you can see, this is sort of the front of her little castle, and she's got a little mini pumpkin patch here, which is so adorable. Some spooky trees each side, and her cauldron, some little bones, and then you come down the steps here and she's got a little pumpkin carriage, and it's just so lovely. I'll turn it around a little bit more because there's so much to see on this one. Oh, I think that's actually a bit better from that angle. So you can see the little pumpkin cart down here, and there's a little graveyard as well. There's even a little raven. I just love all the little details and little black cat as well, and then you can see the windows even better from this angle, and there's even a little clock, which is just so gorgeous. And I really love this piece. I have a soft spot for haunted houses. If you've ever looked at my Instagram, you'll see that I love making little spooky houses myself. If you haven't, it's just at Chloe Haunts, no spaces or dots or underscores or anything, just at Chloe Haunts on Instagram, and you can see the little haunted house, spooky houses that I've made myself. But this one kind of puts me to shame, to be honest, because it is just absolutely gorgeous, and this is something I could only aspire to with this much detail. So I'm just going to try and show you in a little bit more detail. I'm sure you can see it lighting up as well. So you've got the little skulls and the little graveyard, the windows again. And I love the little expression on the witch's face as well. Just like all the little details are so lovely. Oh, there's a little owl there on the left, which I didn't point out to you before. So I just love all these tiny little details. It's just gorgeous. And I'm really delighted with how this one lights up. Oh, if I turn it around a bit more, actually, it's even really gorgeous on the back. You've got sort of all these like rock surfaces lighting up, and I've just noticed it just gets better because there is a little ghosty hanging on the house here, which is just adorable. I think I'm a little bit in love with this piece, so I appreciate I'm going on a little bit, but it's just so cute, and I think I might take inspiration from this one for one of my own designs. And I think that's the lovely thing about just looking at things that other people have found for Halloween. I think at first I was really like, I'd see things that other people had bought and I'd be like, oh my gosh, you know, I really want to find that. And I don't know if, I'm sure some of you are familiar with TK Maxx and Homesense, but basically it's unfortunately not somewhere where you just go on the website and it has everything that everyone else has and you can just order it. It really is just a case of going there, and it's a bit of a treasure hunt. And they claim that to be the exciting part of it, and it is exciting when you don't know what you're going to find, and you might find something that not many other people have. But my outlook has changed a little bit in that now I just love seeing what other people have found, because actually there are ways, if you're creative enough, to recreate them or take inspiration from them. So I think for this one, I definitely love the whole witch theme, and maybe putting more little familiars in one of my spooky houses myself. This next part is, I think, the bit that all you cat lovers are going to adore, because it's full of black cats, and I love cats myself. I kind of was hoping before this video that Amelie might make an appearance again during this bit, which would just be, I think, too perfect. So I think that was wishful thinking. But these were the next two things that I found, and again, they were both in TK Maxx. This one here, actually, I think I'm going to talk about first. So these little cats, I've been seeing them around a lot this year, and I'm going to admit they weren't my favourite thing. I'm not too keen on the glitter, and I'm not too keen on the colours of the hats. I think I'm a bit more traditional when it comes to Halloween-y stuff. I love that kind of nostalgic look. So I really love this little middle kitty here in his kind of orange and black hat. So basically, as some of you may have known, because it's the start of September now, and TK Maxx basically does Halloween from like mid-July to October. No, till September, sorry, beg your pardon. There's hardly anything left, but I keep seeing this everywhere. I kept seeing it, and I went in there the other day, and this kind of relates to what I was just saying about taking inspiration from things and making them your own. I saw this and I thought, you know what, I do really love it, and the only thing that's been putting me off are these colours. And I just thought, you know, I can zhuzh it up. I can make it my own. I can paint it different colours and repaint the hats, maybe get rid of the glitter here, and maybe sort of take inspiration from this one. I was thinking I might also get some crepe paper as well and put it round their necks here. I don't know if you can actually see too well, but they do have these really lovely little ruffs on. But I'd love to take that idea a bit further and maybe put an orange and black ruff on them as well. So yeah, that was kind of a little last minute find that I gave in and got. It was $9.99 from TK Maxx, and I just think it's adorable. And and it's also turned into a bit of a project, because now I'm really excited about repainting it and redoing it. And just disclaimer, if you love it how it is, that is perfectly fine, and I agree with you. I think it is absolutely lovely and charming. Just colour wise, it's not my preference. So that's the first sort of kitty cat themed thing. I'm then going to take you on to this next fella, who is suitably grouchy and who I fully relate to on a goblin level. So I hope you can see it. It's not huge, but it's a good size, and it's basically this adorable grumpy little cat sitting on a pumpkin, and I just absolutely love his face. Look at his face. Look at his face. Yeah, he's adorable because he's so moody, and being quite a goblin-y, gremlin kind of person myself, I totally relate to this cat. And I love cats, so it's just perfect. This one lights up as well. It doesn't take any particular batteries. I think it just takes... Well, it came with an LED battery, so I'm not actually sure what I'll be replacing it with. I thought this one was one of the biggest bargains of the year because it was only $6.99. And to be honest, I probably would have bought a few more of these because I love them. But there was only one left, and I just love the tail as well. I don't know if you can see that, but the tail is just so adorable. It's like curled up, it's like Tim Burton kind of style, and I just absolutely love him. The only thing is, I guess from far away like this, you can't actually see his expression or his face too well. And I think that is such a shame because, like I said, he's just like the best gremlin cat. But I'll try and show you it up close a little bit more. He's actually got these green eyes. There we go. Look at him. He's like a little Yoda cat. I love him. My sweet little gremlin. So that's another one of my kind of cat themed finds of the year. And I think I mentioned in the last video, but black cats and pumpkins separately and together are my favourite kind of Halloween duo, creature, whatever you want to call it. So they're the cat ones, and there is a little cat featuring later on in this video, but I will get to that in a sec. So as promised, I have another cat, and this amazing piece here with this adorable little black kitten on the top is the next piece that I have bought, and I'm showing it to you a bit wider because I want you to see how big this thing is. I saw it on the TK Maxx website, and after a bit of a horror story, as I briefly mentioned before, I did not want to buy anything more from that website, but I saw this on the website and I just fell in love with it straight away. It's so me. It's so kind of my style for Halloween, and it's a massive pumpkin as well. I'd say it's about sort of 40-50 centimetres, and it is quite heavy. So when it arrived in good condition, I was just absolutely shocked and so relieved, because I was fully expecting it to be broken. But I just absolutely love it. It's absolutely massive, and it takes 3 AA batteries, and it has this LED candle in the middle. I'm sure you can probably see it briefly there, and I just love it. I love the little cheeky expression of this little cat. It's just so cute, and I would actually have liked to have bought a couple of these. And I think if I'd known that it was going to show up in good condition, I might have bought 2. I did actually see it somewhere as well in a TK Maxx, but I can't remember which store exactly. I've been to so many now. So I didn't buy another one because it is huge, and I think I was on the bus that day or something, and it just would have been absolutely ridiculous. I can barely even lift it. This is how big it is, and I keep thinking there's a real candle inside, but there isn't. So I just love it so much. I'm not sure where I'm going to display this one yet. I would like to have it as the main part of my display, if I'm honest, because it's one of my, if not my favourite piece of the year, I think. But I'm really worried about having it outside, and I don't think I'll be having a Halloween party this year. So I'm not really too sure yet. I might try and see if there's some way I could display it in the window so that kind of trick-or-treaters could still see it. But I'm not too sure. I just love this piece. I'm not actually going to do anything to this piece at all. I don't really know what I could do to it. And I could go with the theme as again of putting a little kind of ruff around the cat, but because of the position it's sitting in, it's kind of crouching. It's not possible. But I absolutely love this piece, and I think I've realised I love like really, really big jack-o'-lanterns. I just think they're amazing. And I've been trying to find a few more kind of blow mold pumpkins. If you don't know what that is, it's basically just those kind of plastic. Okay, this is going to be a terrible description, but it's basically the plastic pumpkins and light up characters that you see for Halloween and Christmas as well. There are a lot of different lights like that, but they're the kind of, if you type in Pinterest, you'll see what I mean. They've got that really, really gorgeous retro vintage look, and I just love them, but you can't find them that often. I'm not 100% sure about America. I have a feeling you can probably find them more frequently in America. If you didn't know, I live in the UK. I did say in a particular video, in a last video, but you might not have caught that. So I live in the UK, and there's barely any blow mold pumpkins over here like that. We do have plastic pumpkins in the shops, especially in the bigger supermarkets, but they're not like the traditional ones. If you look up the pictures, you'll know what I mean. So I'm not going to do anything to this one, but I am going to try and get more big jack-o'-lanterns. And I think as well, this one's kind of inspired me to do more paper mache ones. And maybe I'd love to set myself a project and maybe just seeing like how big I can make a jack-o'-lantern with this kind of face. So let me know if you've also bought this piece. I haven't actually seen that many people with this piece, which I'm surprised about because I just absolutely love it. I don't know, maybe it's the size, maybe it's the cat, I don't know. This one was $19.99, so I think in dollars that's probably about $25-30. Don't quote me on that because I'm not 100% sure, but I think. So yeah, that is one of my biggest finds of the year and one of the most beloved finds of the year, although I'm well aware that I've been saying that about nearly every piece. But I've been kind of hoarding these items in my room for this video and they're all of my favourite items that I've bought this year. So this one is definitely up there in my top 3. Now, this next one was a piece that I also bought in TK Maxx. I must be their biggest fan, I think, along with many of you. And it is a Martha Stewart bat kind of Gothic cloche bell jar. I know these things are referred to all those things, so whatever you want to call it, it's a gorgeous Gothic bell jar with these bats inside, and I just love it. When I saw it in TK Maxx, I almost screamed because it's so me. I love bats and I love the whole Gothic style in general. So it's about, you can see it up next to the large pumpkin. It's about half the size, so it's kind of medium sized, and it's absolutely lovely. Now, I must admit, I've just taken this out of the packaging about 10 minutes ago for this video, and I'm actually really disappointed. I'm going to be honest. I'm really disappointed because I thought it lit up. And when I took it out of the packaging, it had a cardboard base, and I thought that it lit up for some reason. I just had that fixated in my head, and I thought, oh, I'm going to have this next to my bed, and I'm going to have it as like a night light, and it doesn't light up. So I am a bit disappointed about that. I think as well, because it is the kind of Gothic style, you can't really see it too well unless you put it next to loads and loads of lights. So I am a bit disappointed about that. I'm just going to take the glass bit off so you can actually see the bats here. And they are absolutely gorgeous. I love them. It just feels like the base is really, really big for the actual bats. And I think that's why I thought there was a light in here, because the base is really big. But as you can see on the base, there's nothing. So that's a bit disappointing, but I do really love this piece. It was a Martha Stewart piece in TK Maxx, and it was $9.99. If you don't know who Martha Stewart is, just look her up. She's basically this really, really cool, crafty lady from America. I don't know anything more about her other than that at all. I just know she's done craft videos and stuff, and I've always liked the things that I've seen of hers. So I don't know what her reputation is like over in America or anywhere else in the world, but I think she's got some cool ideas. So that was by her, and I do really like it, but I am just a teensy little disappointed with it. I don't know. I think if I was buying this at any other point in the year, I would absolutely love it. But because everything else is so extravagant and over the top and lit up and everything, it just feels a little bit of an anticlimax. But I mean, it's freaking bats. Okay, so for this last one, and it is the final piece, and yes, I've kept it till the end on purpose because it is it's my favourite piece of the year, and I have a feeling it's a lot of other people's favourite piece of the year. And I've been kind of tormenting you with it throughout the video. I'm sorry about that. That was not intentional, kind of having it in the background and everything. But you can probably guess what it is. It is the light up pumpkin ghost that I have here. And I have a cute little story about this one. So as you can see, it's actually taller than the large pumpkin, which is amazing. I knew it was taller, but yeah, it looks really nice next to it as well. Anyway, sorry. So I found this one in Homesense, actually, and I went there, I think it was the beginning of August, and I went into the store, and they'd put out a little kind of display for Halloween. They had this little sign at the front, and they had a few little bits and bobs out, and this little guy here was in the centre of the display. And I just immediately was like, that is amazing. I love it so much. For some reason, though, I just assumed it wasn't for sale. I don't know why. I thought it was like a prop that Homesense had or something. It doesn't make any sense now at all. But that was my first impression when I first saw it. I just assumed it was something from display in their store, and it wasn't for sale. I think it was because I'd never seen one before. It was just like awesome and so unique and beautiful, and there was only one. I just saw one at the beginning of the store. I'd never seen it, so I just assumed it was kind of display, a prop, whatever. And I kind of went in, and I think the girl must have seen me gasp or something, and I was like, is there any way that you'll sell that? And she was like, yeah, it's for sale. And I felt really stupid, and I was like, oh, and kind of looked at the base, and it just had a normal TK Maxx sticker on it. And yeah, I don't know what was happening there. I guess I was in shock because I just loved it so much straight away. But yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. I love the little details of the kind of ghosty fabric, and I love, it looks like it's got I cannot remember the name of the fabric, you'll have to forgive me for that, but it looks like it's maybe paper mache or got that kind of fabric laid over the top. If you know what the fabric is, let me know, because it's really going to bug me now. But it gives that kind of lovely textured feeling to the ghost, and then the pumpkin is amazing as well. I think that's why I love it so much, because if this pumpkin had just been for sale, I would have absolutely snapped it up. But I'm just going to turn the light down a little bit so you can see it kind of lit up, as if you would if you were kind of passing the house. And I didn't see it lit up when I went to the store. I mean, it's still not getting dark here until about 8 o'clock in the evening. So it wasn't lit up or anything. I don't know. I just had a strange moment, I think, and wondered, thought it was just a prop. So I went in, obviously, like, grabbed a trolley straight away, put it straight in. And I then, as I was exploring the other things in the store, I actually found 2 more down at the back of one of the shelves right at the back. So then I realised, okay, no, like, this is just one of their things that they have for sale. I don't know why I thought it wasn't for sale. Anyway, I absolutely love this piece, and I know a lot of you have bought it as well. So let me know if you've also got this one and what you're going to do with it. How you're going to display it, where you're going to display it. I would love to have got 2 of these, and there were 3 in the store, but I couldn't bring myself to do it. I just thought, there are hardly any of these. It's absolutely amazing. Someone else is going to love it too. So I didn't get 2 of them, but if I see like maybe one next year as well, maybe I will. But I'm not sure. It's similar to this large pumpkin here. I would love to display it outside or something, but I just don't want to chance that at all. I feel very protective of these things. So I'm not sure. I think I might have some kind of ghost theme behind it. I might make some smaller ghoulies or something like that and put it behind it. I'm actually not, I know you can see the cute little, really, really enthusiastic ghost in the background, but I'm not going to display them together. I think they don't particularly, the style of them doesn't particularly complement each other. So I'll probably just have it on its own. In the store, they just had it on this really gorgeous kind of shelf in the front of the store, and it looked really lovely. I might put some like autumn leaves around the top with some other small fairy lights, maybe some like maple leaves and things like that. I might scatter some autumn leaves around the base somewhere, maybe put a few fairy lights around the base, something like that. So let me know if you know how you're going to style it, and I hope you enjoyed seeing some other of my spooky goodies. I hope I haven't whizzed through this too fast. Knowing me, I probably haven't at all. I've probably still babbled on about nothing. But let me know which one was your favourite again, and let me know which of these you have. Let me know whether you've been looking for any of these, whether these are things that you saw in the store as well. It's interesting to kind of know where people have come from and where they've seen things, because it seems to be totally random with TK Maxx and Homesense. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I will leave it there this time again. My next video, I think, is going to be a DIY video. It's either going to be a DIY video of how to make some spooky lanterns, or it's going to be a very exciting little haul, a little one, I swear it's a little one, okay, from a website, which is just an absolutely gorgeous website. I'm really, really excited to share it, but I'm not 100% sure yet whether I will or can. So look out for my first DIY video. Do subscribe. I would love it if you would. I'm still very new to this, so any feedback or anything you have, please be nice. But subscribe for my next videos and more spooky content, and I will see you all again soon.